Okay, we are back on github.com, except this time we are now logged in. So you should see a screen somewhat like this. The important thing is this big green button over here that says new. We are going to be creating a new repository. What is a repository? Well, a repository is defined as a place, building, or receptacle where things are or may be stored. Um, and in this case, the thing that is being stored is our code. So we're going to hit this new button here. And now we need to give it a name. I'm going to call it demo repo, um, but you can call it whatever you want. Um, and then you can give it a description. I'm going to say demonstrate setting up a code repo. Okay. Now you can choose a visibility. So there are two options here. There's public, and that's anyone on the internet can see it. They won't necessarily be able to edit it, but they can see it. And then there's private. So there's some things to consider when you are making this decision. Like, for example, if you make it public, future employers could see some of the projects you've done, and they can look at the code and it can help them know if they want to hire you, can help you get an interview. So maybe you want to set it public. Um, on the other hand, if you set it public, anyone on the internet can see your code. So, for example, um, I'm embarrassed to admit that at the beginning of my programming career, I wrote this nice website. It had this part in my code that needed to be kept secret. It was a key, a security key, and I pushed it to a public repository, which meant everyone on the internet could see the secret key. So had to take it down, change the key, re-push it. So if you're starting out and you're not planning to share it with anyone while you're working on learning security practices, you may want to choose private. But on the other hand, if you want your employers to know about a project or other people to be able to see what's going on, you might want to choose public. In this case, I'm going to leave this as public. Okay, the next part, and this is very important, is you will want to click Add a README file. What a README file does is it lets you describe your project. The other thing it does is it makes it easier to work with GitHub Desktop. So we're going to add a README file. Um, and then we're going to come here and hit Create Repository. And it's going to think for a minute. But once it's done, you should see this screen. And you have now successfully created your own code repository.